Ready?
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ben, and today I'm here with Dr. Keeley Verett, who is a holistic eye doctor, and she has a very unique set of talents. She actually helps brown-eyed women overcome extreme exhaustion, anxiety, and insomnia. And today we're going to talk about, how a lot of the emotional issues that you guys are dealing with lead to, more health issues, and how even through medical science, how someone like Dr. Verett is able to see what issues that you have by simply looking at your eyes and the things that your eyes are basically the window to your soul that tell her a lot about the problems that you guys are struggling with. Dr. Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Again, my name is Keeley Verett, and I love the eye. It has been a passion of mine for, I don't know, 25 years. I did start being a traditional eye doctor, and I had some health issues myself. I ran into hypothyroidism, extreme exhaustion, burnout, anxiety. And so I went on this long journey just trying to figure out how to heal myself, first of all. And I think most healers kind of come into it in that way. What made it so interesting to me is that it all came back to the eye and how many beautiful things that you can tell about your body in the eye. Specifically, if you are dealing with any health issues or any deeper health problems, specifically that the eye can tell you what the source of it is. And I found that to be so super interesting. I deal with brown eye specifically because every eye color has a different pathway, if you will, to health and to illness. So in other words, when it comes to treating someone according to what you see in the eye, the um, first division that we make is eye color, right? So brown eyes specifically are going to have a tendency to have deeper, more chronic illnesses. And so we have to really go in that way. We have to go in deeper, and we have to figure out, we cannot ignore the emotional causes of those illnesses and really get down deep so that we can heal the source, and then let all of these other symptoms fall off from the top.
So, so see, guys, you have here from literally a medical MD that's telling you that emotional issues are the source of a lot of health issues. Same thing with weight-related issues. When I deal with clients, it's always an emotional issue at the root of it. About 70% of the clients I have who come to me have already had bariatric surgery, but they always gain that weight back because they have not eliminated the emotional issue. And I was actually talking to Dr. Verrett and found some things that even I didn't know when it comes to, the different organs and what the organs actually hold. Like, Dr. Verrett was telling me that the lungs actually hold on to grief. I never knew that. And we were talking about the kidneys where she said, they hold on to fear. And tell us a little more about, like the liver and the colon, Dr. Verrett.
Yeah, it is so beautiful, the work that you do, because for women you work with women who are very overweight, and they really have to get this weight off of them. Yeah. And
Correct.
so that to me is the first step. And you are absolutely right when it comes to the deeper emotional causes of that. Because if you, for me, brown eyes are all about the liver and about the blood, right? And so the liver is all about holding in anger. And how do we really get deep down into that and start releasing that on a cellular level, right? So here we are bringing these two big things in there together, which is like your physical body, and now we're bringing in your emotional body. But if we can bring those things in a very systematic way, then your results are very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did very much so.
Okay, perfect.
And also you were telling me the other day that when it comes to the lungs, we were talking very much about the lungs and the grief
Yes.
that is held onto by the lungs. And it's amazing how with me, like I don't really deal with things like the organs and things like that. However, the fact that here it is by medical science is proven that these feelings we're actually holding on to, and it's affecting you know, things like our lungs, it's affecting things like our colon, it's affecting things like our heart, like our liver. And when those
Exactly.
areas aren't healthy, we're not healthy. And you know,
Exactly.
even when it comes to, you know, like the weight loss, you know, all of my clients get amazing results, but it's not because I just tell you what to eat or I tell you how to
Right.
move your body. We deal with the root cause, which in most cases for women is a lot of grief and unforgiveness. You
Yeah.
know, we talk about grief and unforgiveness. It could be unforgiveness toward other people. You know, maybe something happened when you were growing up that you held on to, and you know, you basically created habits, you know, to cope with that, you know, feeling of grief. You know, you created habits to cope with that anger. You created food as your best friend because, you know, 20 years ago something happened to you that you didn't know how to deal with at that moment. And what did you do? You went to the one thing that you knew did make you feel good. That's food, you know. And
Yeah.
you continue to do that over and over and have created a habit of that. And now that habit has caused you to be 100 pounds overweight. So one of the main things is, you know, releasing those fears of those, you know, feelings of grief, those feelings of inadequacy, because all those feelings that you are dealing with are actually causing problems on a cellular level. They're causing problems, you know, in every area of your life. And sometimes, you know, we feel like, oh, we've gotten past this, but we haven't. We've just covered it over. And
It's
when you
true.
just cover it over without actually dealing with it, it's going to cause other issues. It's going to spill out somewhere.
You
Dr. Verrett,
know,
tell us a little bit about the eye, and when you start, you know, working with clients, how you start, you know, seeing these issues, how the eye is able to tell you about these things that they're going through.
well, I think, you know, what you're saying is so like, I don't know, it just touches my heart, right? Because another one of those things, right? When we think about what we go to when we are not feeling adequate, or when we have grief, or when something has happened. One of the other really big things that we go to is overwork, and over extending ourselves, and over busyness. And so what I find, right, because I work with busy professional brown-eyed women, right? So they're out there in the world, boom, 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 corporate America, engineering, doing all of these great, you know, beautiful things, taking care of everyone else, and really kind of ignoring themselves and their health. And I think that that is really one of the side effects also of, like, covering up some of the emotional things that have caused, you know, that maybe we don't want to sit down and think about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when it comes to, on the scientific side, when it comes to looking at someone's eyes, and it comes to saying, okay, you have an imbalance in your liver, or you have an imbalance in your lungs, or you have an imbalance in your colon, well, then we can kind of say, okay, those organs now are dealing with these types of emotions. Yeah. So you have an imbalance in your lungs. You know, where is the grief in your, you know, what are you grieving? And how can we work through that in a very systematic way,
Mm-hmm.
and really bring, so that it's not holding you back or really affecting your health. Um, and that is, there's work there to be done. But I think also to say that it doesn't have to be like, um, it doesn't have to be so deep, and, you know, you can work it through, you can work through it in your physical body,
Mm-hmm.
is my point. Does that make sense?
It does. And a lot of, and you said something, you know, when you said, you know, how they go to, you know, overwork and always trying to be busy. Another
Yeah.
word for that is like a coping mechanism. You know,
Yeah.
overwork is going to lead to, like you say right here, exhaustion, you know, which is
Yeah.
what you primarily deal with: women who are severely exhausted, women who have anxiety, women who have insomnia because they're overworking themselves, using that coping mechanism to, you know, cover up a variety of emotional issues. With me, I deal with women who use the coping mechanism normally of overeating to deal with
Yeah.
that, you know, that emotional component. A lot of times, you know, like when people are severely overweight, they use another coping mechanism where they continually like binge watch on TV, and they don't
Yeah.
really think of it. They think of it as, oh, I'm just watching this show, I'm watching this series, I'm binge watching this Netflix series. But in reality, you're not just binge watching Netflix series. You're basically sitting in front of this box, turning your mind off of everything that's in your life for this moment, just to kind of forget about everything. You're just trying to, you know, block the world
Yeah.
out for a while. It's nothing but a coping mechanism, you know.
Yeah.
And these coping mechanisms don't do anything for us but cause us further pain, cause us further health issues, cause us further
Right.
weight gain. So it's necessary to say, hey, you know what? Let me stop dealing with these coping mechanisms. Let me get real with myself and find a professional, someone who's an expert at what's going
Yeah,
on with me, so I can work through these things and deal with them once and for all. And one thing that I
absolutely.
find, Dr. Verrett, is like, especially mothers have a hard time with taking care of themselves. They want to take care of everybody else. They want to, do for their kids. They want to do for their husband, but they never want to do for themselves. And what they don't realize is when they don't do for themselves, they're not doing for the kids anymore. They're not doing for the husband because they're not at their best self. And what happens when, one of these health issues like obesity related diseases or lung issues or heart issues or kidney issues ends up taking them out. Now the husband, the kids, they don't even have them there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't realize how important it is to take care of themselves first so that they can be that mother. They can be that wife.
I mean, and I want to kind of tell you something that's going to blow your mind.
Tell me.
um, Part of, again, we are more than physical beings, right?
Mhm. Exactly.
And part of the eye color separation is like, who are these people, right? So just talk about brown eyes, and for instance, brown eye people are what we call in the scientific world silent sufferers.
Oh, wow.
Because of exactly what you just said. Everything, most brown eyed people are very part of a community, part of a tribe.
Mhm.
And so it's not very natural to really go to self. It's more natural to go to community, to help community, and to click into that.
Mhm.
So it's not the most natural thing to really put yourself first, right? Like that's almost like our first transformation, to say that, listen, it's okay to put myself first, so that I can do what you were just saying, so that I can be there for my family, so that I don't stroke out, so that I'm not eating myself to death. And so it's really, it's really a change to even think that way, to even get that person to even look into themselves in that way. And so the coping mechanism, the eating or whatever the coping mechanism is just that. It's just like, okay, I can't look here, so I'm going to look out.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And
And
it's
that
funny.
has so much to do with like our physiology. I guess that's what I just wanted to bring in. And that's, you know,
And it's funny you said that, even me as a brown-eyed guy, like even in my own business, I've had to come to a point where I realize, you know what, I'm helping all these amazing women, all these people, these lives I'm saving, but on the same token, just how you said, a lot of times with exhaustion and things like that, my clients a lot of times call me all times of the night, and then I had to get to a point so that I can still be the version of myself that I am. I can
man.
still be that high, person that's like always there for you, always there to pull you about the fire, always, there to give
Yeah.
you the hard truth when you need it. For me to operate at that level, I had to take care of me too. So it's
Yeah.
like, there are days where, I don't deal with clients. There's days where I do nothing but take care of me. There's days where I just go and sit and read a book. There's days where I may just go to the beach and just be to myself, because that's what I need to take care of me. So that way I can be that hero. I can be who I need to be to save someone else. Because until you can take care of you, then you can't take care of anybody else.
True,
They say,
true thing.
put your own oxygen mask on before you put on
That's
anybody
it.
else's. That's how it
That's
is.
it.
You got to be able to save yourself first. And
Yeah.
like how it was funny. Like I even think about it. I'm a brown-eyed guy.
Yes, you are. I'll get my hands on you one day.
So
Yeah.
this is really great, Dr. Verrett. But
Awesome.
what I really wanted you guys to see is that when it comes to emotional issues actually affect your physical body. They affect your liver. They affect your kidneys. They affect your heart. It affects your colon. And if these organs are not healthy, the rest of you's not going to be healthy. And the same thing when it comes to the weight issues. These emotional issues that you're dealing with are leading to overeating. They're leading to sometimes you guys starving yourself, which is just as bad sometimes as overeating, because you're crushing your metabolism. So you got to deal with the root cause of these weight issues and these health issues. And until you're man or woman enough to put on those big boy or big girl panties and deal with the emotional issue, the issues, the health issues, the weight issues are going to keep coming back. So you guys reach out, get in touch with myself or Dr. Verrett, and let's talk about how we can help you get through these emotional issues. Let's talk about how we can help you get this weight off. Let's talk about how we can help you get your health back up, get rid of the exhaustion, get rid of the anxiety, the insomnia, so that you can live the life of health and happiness and abundance that you deserve. So Dr. Verrett, tell these beautiful ladies and gentlemen how they can get in touch with you. Tell us about, your website, your Facebook page, or anything that, they have that they can, contact you.
Yeah, well, if you can go to my website directly, which is drverrett.com. And that's DR. Maybe we'll put it in the link. It's
we'll
DR.
Put a link on the bottom.
VERRETT at drverrett.com. Or you can catch me on Facebook. Just catch me.
We'll put the links in the bottom as well. And the same thing for me, guys.
Yeah.
Just reach out to me. You can shoot me an email, or you can go right to my website, typetransformation.com. Set up a call with myself. Set up a call with Dr. Verrett, so we can talk about what you're really struggling with, what's keeping you trapped where you're at. Because we don't deserve to be trapped on this hamster wheel of exhaustion. Of fatigue, of anxiety, of being stuck in an overweight body that you don't want to be in. So reach out to us, we'll get you on the right path. All right, guys, we love talking to you. Make sure you send us some comments, tell us, what emotional issues you're working through. We'll talk about those, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.